Welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host. It's a 3/11/18 mid-morning. We got some new Anon Q clearance updates. He was posting quite a bit yesterday throughout the afternoon and into the evening. I didn't have a chance to get to him. We're going to get to him now. There's a lot to go over. Don't go anywhere. We'll break them down. Welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael here, your host. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. After the video, maybe leave a comment, share. We really do look at that. Yesterday we had a good Patriot. You know who you are. Point some things out that were also no longer linkable. I don't know what was happening, what the error was, but thanks to that viewer, that Patriot, they brought something to our attention that we looked into, and that is now fixed and corrected, I believe. So thank you again. You know who you are. Okay, we're going to jump in here to the queue. Let me make sure. Yesterday, I believe 909, which is behind my photo, was covered. All right. So we're going to start at 9:10, March 10th. This was at 12:47 p.m. So this was, a little after 12:30 p.m. And yes, I believe my last one was 9:09. So we're just going to pick up right here. 9:10 in the series at 12:47. Do not focus on the call details, period. We knew it would leak, period. We knew certain areas of the White House were bugged. Okay, I did read this one yesterday, but I'll finish it. Bugged, period. We knew certain people would leak, period. Focus, why, os, question mark, Q. So we're talking about Australia, I believe here. Hi, hey, Q, are we going to have a big week? March Madness. So he's calling it March Madness. Again, I believe that was the last one I read. So that was at 12:48, 9/11 in the series. Q post March Madness. Is this going to be a crazy month? A big week? An anonymous poster had asked. Okay, 9/12. An anonymous poster, Q reposted. He puts Australia as part of the Five Eyes. And Q puts Five Eyes is very important, period. It won't be around much longer, period. Relevant here, but not the focus, period. Q. Five Eyes, I believe that was the 5 countries that, agreed to partake in the spying on citizens and then sharing. 9:13, Q reposts somebody's awesome. Five Eyes is basically a group of countries asking each other to spy on one another's citizens so that they can skirt their own privacy laws, which is treason, by the way. See how they work around this? Q just reposted that. An anonymous poster, Q posted it and just linked that there. So that's what Five Eyes is, basically a group of these countries that ask each other to spy on their own country, and then they get all the info from them, but they weren't the ones specifically doing it, like the country itself. So you outsource your spying, you get the information, but technically you weren't doing it. You see how that works? Okay, 9:14 in the series. An anonymous poster wanted to clarify some things here, and Q reposted it. For the record, you can please tell these Anons. ES is Eric Schmidt. At Snowden equals Snowden. ES does not equal at Snowden. These people just can't put 2 and 2 together. So that's just something for the record there. Anybody has a legend or something going on, you need to update that. If early on we saw a lot of ES, we saw at Snowden. Okay, we're going to move on here to 9:15 in the series. At 12:59, an anonymous poster, Q reposted. In 2013, documents leaked by former NSA contractor Edward Snowden revealed the existence of numerous surveillance programs jointly operated by the Five Eyes. The following list includes several notable examples reported in the media. PRISM, operated by the NSA together with GCHQ and the ASD. X Keyscore, operated by NSA with contributions from the ASD and the GCSB. Temporia, operated by the GCHQ with contributions from the NSA. Muscular, operated by the GCHQ and the NSA. Stateroom, operated by the ASD, CIA, CSE, GCHQ, and NSA. So if we click this link here. So the Five Eyes is often abbreviated, this is from Wikipedia, folks. The Five Eyes, often abbreviated as FVEY, FVEY, is an intelligence alliance comprising of Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States. These countries with similar common law, legal inheritance are parties to the multilateral UK-USA agreement, a treaty for joint cooperation in signals intelligence. The origins of the FVEY can be traced back to post-World War II period. So this is when all this came about, and then Echelon in the 90s, I remember hearing about that. This is huge, and it's been going on for a long time, folks, and every time they've updated technical equipment, computers, smartphones, this has grown. If it started post World War II, and things have, anytime they've gotten better technology, it's been implemented. So as phony as a lot of people think that to be, it's how it's used to monitor billions of private communications worldwide. This is well known and not some kind of conspiracy. On the way up, people would talk about this, and it was like, oh, that's, crazy. And then now that it's here, people, instead of thinking it's crazy and it's in your face, it's, well, I don't do anything wrong anyway. So however you want to look at it. All right, 916 in the series. Okay, well, on this whole 915, I read everything that the anonymous poster put. Q just reposted that and puts, interesting, isn't it? Q. 915, that was. 916 in the series, an anonymous poster, Q repost. Whatever happened to this Pakistani guy who worked with the DNC? Okay, I remember this. The president asked in an interview published Thursday by the New York Times. A grand jury in August returned an indictment to the U.S. District Court of District of Columbia, charging Awan and his wife, Hina Aval, with a total of 4 counts, which included federal bank fraud and conspiracy. Awan has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Whatever happened to them, Trump continued, with the 2 servers that they broke up into a million pieces, whatever happened to him? What about Awan? Is Israeli involved? So Q post at 1304, at 916 in the series, at 1304 yesterday, March 10th. We are saving Israel for last, period. Very specific reason, not mentioned a single time, period. Q. Okay, so this Pakistani guy, evidently he had him, his wife, like a brother, and a couple more family members. Somehow this foreign national group of people were able to get like the secret clearances to work on the servers for like the DNC. Debbie Wasserman Schwartz, who resigned, he was directly tied in with her somehow. And she went around convincing everybody, this is a guy you need to use for your security. And nobody still knows how quite this particular family, just being foreign itself, was able to get all the clearances to do what they were doing. And it ended up going crazy because as each one of these people were getting fired, stepping down, and then this guy ended up getting caught at the airport with a bunch of cash, and the FBI stopped him, was at the airport, knew all about it, and grabbed him. And then that's the last we've heard. I've also read a story where he was living in D.C. with his family. He had a house, so he was renting that out, and some young Marine and his wife moved in, got stationed up in that area. and just coincidentally rented the house from this Anon. And as this stuff started coming up in the court last summer or last year, this guy, Marine, started seeing the stuff on the news about this guy and what, he's like, what the heck? And I guess in the basement when he moved in one of the rooms, one of the closets, there was a whole bunch of computer gear. So as this Marine was renting from this guy and hearing all this in the news and paying attention, he called the FBI and said, well, there's a bunch of computer gear here and I rent from this guy. So they came and confiscated all this gear out of this Marine's basement from this Awan's house. And shortly after the Awan had called, said, hey, I need to come by and pick up this stuff that way. And he's like, well, hey, man, I've seen your name in the news and I don't know what's going on, but I called the, FBI and they came and got all that stuff. And then according to this Marine, this Awan was like, you shouldn't have done that. And then, hung up. So I don't know. It's some crazy. And then supposedly this is the same guy that was last seen with possibly Seth Rich at a bar. So this Awan was seen with him. I don't know if it was security footage that caught him or just eyewitnesses. And then we know, shortly after all that, Seth Rich was found in front of his home, shot several times, bleeding out. And the neighbor of Seth Rich even confirms when he would come running out in the street that Seth was so drugged, so out of it, that, he was like, hey, man, to his buddy. And his buddy's like, oh, my God, are you all right? You're bleeding out everywhere. You've been shot. And Seth was like, oh, I'm fine. Didn't even know, he was hurt. So we don't know. Hopefully we get to the bottom of all that. Okay, let's move on here. 9/17 in the series. Again, Q's reposting somebody from 1308. Just because I'm a parent, Q, are all operators safe and healthy? Question mark. Praying every day. Q puts at 1311. We appreciate all the prayers, period. We really do, period. Thank you, period. For God and country and world, period. Q. Okay. That's kind of self-explanatory. 9/18, a Donald Trump tweet. North Korea has not conducted a missile test since November 28th of 2017 and has promised not to do so through our meetings, period. I believe they will honor that commitment. I swear Trump is killing me here. Ha ha. He keeps putting out clues. He has already talked to Kim. Q puts at 1405. 1918 in the series, 14:05 yesterday, 2:05 p.m. You were learning, period. How many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? Question mark. Wait until you learn who has been talking to you here. Period. Q. Ooh. Wait until you learn who has been talking to you here. Q. Okay, now we're moving up to 9/19 in the series. Guns are safe. This is at 14:06, so 2:06 p.m. 1919. Guns are safe, period. Stop falling for fake news. Period. Q. 1920 in the series. Anonymous poster. Q repost it. You are learning, period. How many coincidences? Okay, Q is reposting his last one here, which is down here. So he's reposting his 9/18 for context. How many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? Wait till you learn. Q puts at 14:09, 2:09 p.m. Another coincidence at Snowden tweets after the 24 Twitter requirement. Question mark. Public view. Period. You have more than you know. Period. Q. 9/21. 14:21, 2:21 p.m. Future proves past. Revealed Sessions has appointed someone outside of D.C. long ago. What are sealed? Question mark. Reread the drops. Read Podesta/Huma. You have more than you know. Period. Q. So he's telling us to go back and reread the drops, the crumbs on the Podesta/Huma, which are below. I've seen them. All right, 9/22 in the series. This is at 14:29, so 2:29 p.m. This is yesterday. Afternoon. Keep the the resignation list updated. Period. Important. Period. Keep the graphics updated. Period. Important. Period. Q. So he's talking about the list that people have going and the graphics that kind of break down. There's some great stuff going on the Great Awakening, by the way. Tons of different areas and threads, and they're breaking down the maps, and everyone brings their own little specialty to the board. So, seeing where I can fit in at over there. Been making some some good friends over there. So 9:23 in the series, 14:34. This would be at 2:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Okay, so 9:23, 14:34. They made many current / former enslaved children famous. Again, they made many current / former enslaved children famous. Period. Hollywood is filled with them. Period. Models. Period. Find the loudest voices. Period. Brainwashed. Period. Who was adopted? Question mark. Who was born in? Question mark. They thought the sheep would follow the stars. Period. Q. So this is telling us right here, folks. Hollywood. It's embedded with, just like we all thought, and not everybody, but the biggest, loudest, most stars that they rise up. They probably won't rise you up and give you the attention unless you're, going along one of them. So yeah, let's think about who's always the loudest. Who are the ones that run out to the front of the group and blah blah blah, and really kind of backpedal. And you can see it, folks. I mean, all across the platforms, those that didn't vote for Trump, when he was just, I'm going to enforce laws, get our jobs back, and oh no. And I mean, these are probably the ones that came out. It didn't quite make sense. And if you're anywhere in the loop, in the know-how, you were thinking that these people just seemed crazy and alien and just not of this earth. Well, it's because it's hard to just sit there, and when they don't even probably really agree with what they're saying, it's just what sounds good or what they have to do, or trying to keep their, keep the blanket over everybody's eyes. I mean, it's you can see it in the media, the news, they're doing the same thing. So it doesn't quite make sense. And for those of you, just don't even, you don't have to look into it anymore. It's exactly why it doesn't make sense. You don't have to sit there in an eddy forever trying to figure out why this reporter thinks the way he thinks. It's been told now, to some of these people are paid actors. So, especially in Hollywood. 9:24, same exact post that I just read. He reposted his own. And then along with that, at 14:41, 2:41 p.m., March 10th, the spirit cooking discovery is bigger than you know. Period. Follow Maria. Period. There's a reason the word conspiracy was made / pushed. Period. Their weapon against the awakening. Period. Q. Okay, 9:25 in the series at 14:49 at 2:49 p.m. The evil is not about religions or party affiliation. Period. Evil is everywhere. Period. There are no drawn lines. Period. No boundaries. Period. Good versus evil. Period. Q. And I've been saying that for years. Lots of people, oh, this is good, this is bad. No, you cannot defend any affiliation that you're with, folks. You can be part of anything that you want and only really dictate how you behave or what you do. That's what really sucks when people are affiliated with something. They'll defend it, whether it's their favorite sports team. Sometimes you just got to know that you can be part of stuff, but you don't have to defend it. You actually, to be part of something and to make sure it operates correctly. Whether it's, your local church or your favorite team, or, I'm part of like American Legions and stuff. And I've seen corruption on a level like that. So it happens. It's are you going to correct the error that you found, or just let it, help hide it? That's where the problems exist. Okay, so I think I was on my screen, and I don't know where I've been at blocking, so I'm going to try to pay attention here. So I just read 923, and then we went over to 924. So the word conspiracy, all right. He took his old post from 923 over to 924, and then responded with the spirit cooking discovery, the one I just read. All right, well, pay attention here. 925, this is not about religions or party affiliation. Evil is everywhere. There are no drawn lines, no boundaries, good versus evil. Q, that was 925. All right, 926, why the misspellings? Did you mean Marina? And Q puts on the move, misspelled, don't analyze. Q. So it's just me saying I'm running around here. I'm typing something on my little phone device or something to get out here. Sometimes I just misspell. All right. We're going to go to 927 in the series at 15:15, 3:15 yesterday. He leaves a link here for YouTube. Fall on deaf ears, not with this administration. Q. So we'll see what this takes us to here. Okay, let me get that link so you guys can hear it. I'll copy that. All right. So let me fall on deaf ears. Okay, so let me open this up. This might be important. So let me get a web browser here for you. Paste it. Okay, let's cut over to this.
Have Admiral James Lyons with us. Sir, welcome.
Well, thank you, Frank. Sorry I missed the earlier presentations due to my 3-hour and 20-minute commute this morning. But, you know, as a number of you heard me say before, we've had many opportunities to change the course of history. And it hasn't mattered whether it's been a Republican or Democratic administration. We failed every one of them. Starting with Carter, with the takeover of our embassy. We could have cut off Khomeini and his Islamic fundamentalism at the knees. We were going to take Cargill, and he rejected it. We could have walked in. The next time was the Marine barracks bombing. And you all probably wonder why we never responded. I won't go into the long detail, but the guy that sabotaged the strike, and I'm glad you're all sitting down, was the Secretary of Defense. Not once, but twice. Reagan approved, the French wanted to do a combined strike, and Reagan approved it, and Weinberger wouldn't issue the order. I have personally talked to George Shultz and Bud McFarlane. They told me they pleaded with him, and he wouldn't do it. You have to say, who the hell got to him, or what got to him? I've never been able to get an answer on that. In the Gulf Tanker War in '87, we were going to bring down the Khomeini regime. You know, and the guy that sabotaged, I had briefed Weinberger at my headquarters at Pearl Harbor that summer. This was going to be in August of '87. And the one who undercut us the most was our own chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Crow, at the time. You know, if you go forward and you look at, you know, we shot down by accident that Iranian civilian airliner a few months later. And what did Khomeini do? He said, I'm drinking from the chalice of poison. And he said, I have to make a truce with Saddam Hussein because the Americans have shown they're coming in on Iraq's side. Well, think of what the hell we could have done had we executed the strike we wanted to do in August of '87. You know, we all say we have to identify the threat. Well, I think the one who identified it the best was Erdogan from Turkey, when he said, Islam is Islam. There are no modifiers. Democracy is the train we ride to our ultimate objective. He couldn't have said it any plainer. And until you recognize that Islam is a political movement masquerading as a religion, you're never going to come to grips with it. And as far as a strategy, let me just conclude one thing, and as I just had in my latest op-ed, the Obama administration has a strategy. It's very simple. Any thinking American should be able to grasp it. It's anti-American, anti-Western, it's pro-Islamic, it's pro-Iranian, and pro-Muslim Brotherhood. And with that, I'll yield the mic.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. All right, so you guys heard that. That is pretty shocking. All right, so let's get back on to 928 in the series. We got a couple more to go through here, folks. I think there's like 944, and then I'll do an update. But we're at 928, so 1635. This would be at 4:35 p.m. Angela Dorothea Kasner, daughter of a pastor, ? Name of a father, ? History of a father, ? Hitler Youth member in parentheses. Haircut today versus then, all caps, A in parentheses, period. Symbolic, period. U.S. intelligence post-war controlled who? ? The mission. Who is Angela Hitler? Relationship to Adolf? ? On both of those. How were children named in Germany during this period? ? First or middle? Period. Family tree? Period. Anna? Period. Maria? Period. Alos? Period. Examples? Period. Risk of conspiracy. Label the deeper we go. Truth will shock the world. Period. 929, same thing I just read, he reposted, and then he, at the bottom, he put 1639 was the post, so 4:39 p.m. Relevant to coming events, period. Future will prove past, period. Q. 9:30 in the series, 1647, 6:47 p.m. POTUS, recent tweets relevant here. EU, European Union, period. Enough is enough, period. She was warned, period. So EU, maybe that, I'm not sure. She was warned. Maybe that lady. I can't remember her name. EU. So he reposted himself what I just read to you, and then at 1648, he put 931 in the series at 1648, 4:48 p.m. 10 to comply, period. Choice is yours, period. Q plus. 932, this was at 1655, 4:55 p.m. yesterday evening. The creation of the internet and connecting platforms is bringing about their downfall, period. Failure to control, period. MSN is dead, period. Hashtag Internet Bill of Rights, Q. Again, folks, if you don't know much about that, I did a little segment on that like 2 days ago. Videos picking up a little bit of attention. Check it out, Internet Bill of Rights. See if it's for you. Apparently, President Trump's now talking about it. When we kind of went over it, there was less than 5,000 views or signatures on the bill. 933 in the series. Q takes an anonymous poster. Q, Goldman Sachs CEO stepping down. Executive order doing damage? ? Fortune, and then a whole little article here. Q post at 1708 at 5:08 p.m. Tied to Cohen, period. It was not his choice, period. Pawn used, period. Q. 934 tied to Cohen, so he puts his own post. More coming. Keep your blank, 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 blank. Okay, where are we at here? 935. Looks like they're showing some Nazi order pictures. So let's see here. Q just kind of post this one here at 935 in the series. All right. Same picture here. And then he posts the Nazi order. NWO, N does not refer to new. The sum of all fears, period. NK, North Korea. POTUS, period. Hostage, threat, period. Disarm, stage set, freedom, period. Q. So this is crazy. 937 in the series. Let me try to pay attention here, folks. All right, 937 in the series. Glimpse, period. You cannot possibly imagine the size of this, period. Trust the plan, period. Trust there are more good than bad, period. The world is helping, period. We are not alone, period. We are all connected in this fight, period. Patriots unite. That's huge. Patriots unite, period. We are winning big, period. Watch the speech, period. God bless. Okay, 938 in the series. N does not refer to Nazi. They continue Nazi ideology is relevant. The continued Nazi ideology is relevant, period. Events will clarify, period. Think subgroup. That was 938 in the series at 1837, 637. 939. This was at 1840, 6:40 p.m. So Hitler was a puppet of the controlling families of the NWO. And Q didn't really put anything there. And then you got a couple of, an anonymous put these kind of, the 1933 paramilitary wing of the Communist Party of Germany and the 2017 parliamentary wing of the Democratic Party of America, anti-facet action. Coincidence? Q puts, that is unremarkable. That's crazy. Okay, so you got a couple of photos here of the flags. These are posted at about 8:30 last night, folks. 9:41 in the series. A couple different photos, and then he puts these people are stupid. Maxine stupid. Period. That was at 20:35. That was 9:41 in the series. Going to 9:42. Seeing 21:15. So 9:15 p.m. last night, 9:42 in the series. CNN airing assassination of JFK, period. CNN 3-sec delay on the speech, period. CNN GM's finger on the button, ready to stop transmission, period. These people are sick, period. Q. 9:43 in the series, 21:18. So we're talking, 9:18 p.m. last night. You witnessed a strength test tonight, period. Speech promoted here /POTUS to gauge response, period. Net slowed, period. Protections in place, period. Q. 9:44. Anyone mention New World Order referencing Natürlich Wistra? That's crazy. I can't even. Some German stuff there. The National Economic Order. Q went, we went too deep, period. Attempted a pullback, period. Not ready, period. Q. So, a couple of interesting different things there. CNN ready to stop the transmission. They're not really. Okay, so. All right, so the last few I might not have been over there reading, folks. There's so many of them here. I was off. But let me go through and show you a little bit. These photos. They were talking on this this flag here for the 1933 paramilitary wing of the Communist Party to the 2017 paramilitary wing of the Democratic Party. Very similar, backwards kind of, but coincidence. These photos are showing original where that flag flew, so we don't need to spend much time on that. And then these last three. So you had witnessed a strength test tonight here. Speech promoted. POTUS to gauge response. The net was slowed. Protections are in place. 9:42. CNN airing the assassination of JFK. CNN 3-second delay on the speech. CNN Jim's finger on the button, ready to stop the transmission. So we went too deep. Attempted a pullback. Not ready. All right, so let's see if there's any more that have come out. These are, again, kind of trickled out all throughout yesterday. and I had other things. I was not available the latter part of yesterday evening, late afternoon into the evening, and so I didn't get a chance to get the video out. I apologize, but you know, sometimes you just have to push forward and do what you can do. So, all right. Again, I am Michael from the Patriot Hour. We appreciate if you're new to the channel, the whole new Anon, take a minute, look around the channel, subscribe. We got some great videos, more coming every day, every week. So we have some new equipment actually showing up this week. We have a new Patriot Hour episode. We're kind of getting our topics down. If you have any suggestions, we're going to be going over quite a few things, and I'm coordinating with the other guys to let them know, look into this a little bit, look into that. We are not a scripted show. We don't have teleprompters, but we like to be a little prepared, and of course, like anything, be organized. So, and give you facts and do our research. That's what it takes. So, again, I am Mike from the Patriot Hour. We appreciate all of our viewers and our subscribers. The channel is growing phenomenally. We really appreciate it. It's because of you guys. Without you, we wouldn't be doing what we do. Of course, we have our own journeys, and we love to research. Everyone that's part of the Patriot Hour does their due diligence and research, and we're just trying to get that out to you. So we appreciate it. Look forward to more and bigger things in 2018 for the channel. So again, I'm Mike from the Patriot Hour. God bless, and we'll see you here real soon.